Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here. Today is a weekly check-in. I'm going to check in for the week on what transactions I have in my grocery household, restaurants, miscellaneous, gasoline. Where am I over budget? Where am I under budget? And did I stay well and within what I planned for the week? And I'm not so sure. So we'll have to wait and see. So that is what we're going to talk about in this video, and let's get started. Okay, I am back. So this is my calendar. I have a 2-page calendar. I popped it out of my planner so I can just use the sheets and kind of check off as I go along, and I'll move those back and forth instead of my entire notebook and stuff like that. So as you see here, grocery household will be in pink. I highlight in the corners of the expense stickers. I like a cohesive same sticker color throughout the month, but I also like color coding in the corners. So I made my own expense stickers and made the blocks just a little bit bigger so that they can be seen well and I can see the different colors. So grocery household is pink, restaurants is blue, miscellaneous is green, and gasoline is purple. Now these may look green, but these are actually supposedly blue, but with the yellow I think they just kind of turned green over time. It's a highlighter method that I use. I am happy that this week I had 1 and 2 no spends for the week, so that is exciting. That doesn't always happen, and I do love spending money, so I'm gonna put this sticky note right here. It's just a list. I like to write down all my grocery household and all the different categories one at a time, and then flip to the next page, which is the weekly check-in. So here we go. I'm going to write GH here for grocery household. We're going to see on the 11th, I had a restaurant and then I had miscellaneous. So that's not groceries. I do have groceries here on the 13th. And then I have groceries again on the 17th, which is today. So let's go ahead and write this down. Make sure I'm on camera here. All right, so for Food Lion, I had $32.92, and I stocked up pretty well the previous week. That I didn't really need a lot this week, so I didn't have a lot of grocery runs. And again, my husband is traveling on business and not here, so I did not have to pick up a lot of extra stuff. We're also not getting HelloFresh until the end of the month. So that won't be coming out, and that lowers our grocery bill quite a bit when we don't do that. So $13.79 for Harris Teeter. There's a specific drink that my son likes, one of my sons, and it's usually sold at Food Lion all the time. But they have not been restocking a lot of some of their drinks, and I'm like, I can't find it anywhere. And Harris Teeter does sell it, and I just bought what they had, and hopefully it'll come back to Food Lion soon. So I don't know. And then I had $72.44. Another thing that I noticed in my shopping a while back was I was buying a lot of lidocaine patches for my back for pain. Well, this week I started going to a chiropractor, and I have not used lidocaine patches very much this week, so I should be lowering the cost of grocery household by not having to buy that. Chiropractor has been working really well. The pain that I had was in my lower back, but with some of the adjustments that have been going on, I don't have that. But I do have numbness in my feet that we're trying to take care of and make that go away, which has not been easy. And hopefully that will happen soon. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to see a chiropractor for a while and see if we can get this taken care of. So let's go ahead and total these numbers up. I have $32.92 plus $13.79 plus $72.44. All right. I spent $119.15 on groceries. Forgot to draw my line. For this week, which is pretty low for us and pretty good. Again, one of us is not here, my husband, so we weren't spending as much, and it's just they're out of school and we're taking it slower and kind of easing things through. So yeah, just didn't have a lot to spend this week, and I put off spending a lot, and I stopped buying certain products, so that really lowered things down as well. I wasn't going to the grocery store as frequently. So next thing I have is restaurants. So restaurants, Every Friday we always have Papa John's. That's just my son's favorite pizza and stuff like that. So that was $38.28. And then I had a couple of Taco Bells, one of my favorite places to go, but for a quick lunch or something like that. I spent $8.47 here and $7.42 there. Let's see, is there anything else besides Taco Bell and Papa John's? Nope, no other restaurants, and I don't plan to go out to eat today because I got groceries and I know what I want to fix tonight, so that's going to work out really well. So that's $38.28, $8.42, and then $7.42. So that gives us $54.17 for restaurants. Now miscellaneous would be here, and this is where I'm completely over budget in. And so that is $23.99 from Amazon. So there's a couple purchases at Amazon I made, and I'm trying to remember what they were. Oh, I got a knee brace here. There's, I don't know, burning sensation in the back of my knee, and not back of my knee, but on my kneecap, but on the underneath side. It's really weird. And that helped me for a little bit. And my husband always has knee problems, so even if I don't use it for very long, he could use it. So, and then here I bought some planner stuff like pens and other not correction tape. What do they call that thing? It's the Tombow adhesive tape runner. That's what I got. And because when I do my budget sheets, I print them, but then I actually glue them together. So the ones I do in my new releases videos, those are the ones I actually use. So there's that. So I bought a bunch of stuff there. It's $27.99. I do have one unbudgeted, which is Hopewell, and I'll explain that in a minute. And another unbudgeted here. So as far as miscellaneous, I don't have as much miscellaneous right now because I've already overspent to the point where there is no money left for the rest of the month. I think $23.99 plus $27.99, which is $51.98. So anything I do spend that's miscellaneous will be unbudgeted, which is why I have this here. And that way I know it's coming out of the buffer and not just going over in our miscellaneous category. So gas, I did buy gas, and it was very expensive. It was $64.12, and that was $2.95 a gallon, I think. So $64.12 was the amount. And then the unbudgeted. So I had 110. And then I had today a $47.70. So these two right here, $157.70. There we go. This unbudgeted here is Hopewell. I normally put it on my credit card, and I've talked about that before as a standard transaction. But the default, our debit card is the default card that pays for it, and I didn't catch it before it actually charged my debit card. But that's okay, because I'm going to have Hopewell, which is a Christian counseling services I'm going to for my mental health and my marriage and all the things. And so I went here, and then I went here. I'm going to be going here as well. Haven't planned for this week at all because, I don't know the schedule that far out. But I do plan to go here, and that will come out on a debit card because that's like $220. And I still would have had to pay the credit card that $220, but instead of paying on the credit card, I paid cash out of the debit card because they auto draft that way. I've got to get that switched around in there. I don't know how to do that, and I've looked, and I've got to see if there's somebody I can call or change that around to put it back on the credit card. But I did start going to the chiropractor, like I said before, and that was $200, but it was $200 for 12 visits. So it ended up being like $16.66 or $67 per visit for 12 visits. And I knew I was going to be coming back frequently because it did help and it was amazing. And, you know, my back has never felt better. Oh my goodness. And whatever she's doing is working, even though I still have numbness in my feet. Other areas where I had pain, I don't have as much pain. So I'm very thankful for that. And I still want to keep going back and just maintaining this because I have issues with my pain in my body and my back. So I definitely want to keep seeing them. And so I just kind of did a trade-off. Instead of Hopewell going on the credit card, I did the chiropractor. I would have done the chiropractor out of the buffer anyway, unbudgeted, but since it didn't work out that way, I just kind of swapped it. So I hope that made sense to you and everything. So here we go. We're going to flip this page over. And this is my weekly check-in page. And move this out of the way. And we're going to take a look at this. So here's week 1 and week 2, which was paycheck 1. These first 2 weeks are always in kind of the paycheck 1 time frame. And so we were over budget by $198.67. I didn't give ourselves a lot of budget. $291.33 was all I gave us. So let's see how much I actually spent in total and if it went over budget for the week or not. I know the categories are over budget, but definitely the week, I don't know. So let's see what happens here. So I'm going to take the numbers I have on my sticky note here. And the grocery household is the $119.15. The restaurant category was $54.17, which is awesome. Miscellaneous, which I'm already over budget, but this is not awesome, was $51.98. And then gas was $64.12. And I do have unbudgeted. These do not end up in my totals. This is just a reminder of how much I spent. And am I over budget or going into unbudgeted in order to, do I need to pay attention to it, or is it something necessary? Couldn't say that word. So was it necessary, or did I really need to say, no, I shouldn't have done it? Should I have got the Mary and Martha products? I still say yes, because the items that I purchased, they were normally extremely overpriced for what I can spend, like $60 or more on each item. One was a tote and one was a wallet. But I really wanted them, and I don't have a lot of purses or bags, but I wanted something a little bit different. So, and the tote was $23 and the wallet was $16, and they're really good quality. I think they're vegan leather. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's a really low price for what they normally sell it for. So I was like, I really want this. And I went ahead and got it. And I just threw it in miscellaneous, or in the unbudgeted category. So no, it wasn't a necessity. Yes, it was an amazing price. And yes, I would do it again. So that's kind of how I think of that. So let's total this up, except for the unbudgeted, 119. Get this on screen, 0.15 plus the 54.17 plus the 51.98 plus the 64.12. Look at that. I stayed under budget. I am so excited. I didn't realize I did that. So let me write this number down real quick. We spent $289.42 in our spending categories. Yes, money came out of the buffer, but I am still thrilled that we did not go over in the totals. I made a conscious decision to go to take out the buffer for that, so that's not a problem. Oh my gosh, I'm thrilled. Okay, so what saved us was the grocery and the restaurants. Definitely the restaurants, and my husband being gone right now. So let's total this up. 149.74 minus the 119.15, and that left us $30.59. All right, 222.60 minus the 54.17, and that gave us 168.43. All right, we came in negative with miscellaneous, so that's 93.09 negative minus the 51.98. Here we go. And I have got to get my red pen. Get that out of here. There we go. Negative 145.07. All right, and then the next one I have is 1408 minus the 6412. Now it's going to show that I'm negative in this as well. 5004. I am not worried about the gas at all. I have a full tank of gas. It's the 17th of June, and it should last me almost all the way to the end of the month. The reason I'm not worried about the gas is because my husband's paycheck covers week 3 and week 4. So when I get ready to total up what I have for week 4, the only thing I'm over is 4 cents. That I do know. So I'm not too worried about that. 4 pennies, we can handle 4 pennies if it's over. It's the miscellaneous I got to take care of, and then the rest of these categories I got to pay attention to and go from there. So what I typically do is I pull up my notes on how much I divided per week I am allowing myself to spend for my spending categories. And then I add that amount to my balances over here. Now, before I get that far, I just realized I need to total this up to make sure that this minus this equals the same. So let's see if that works. See, I have $30.59 plus the 168.43 minus the 145.07 minus the 50.04. Okay, I'm going to say this $3.91 is pretty much accurate, so I'm going to write it down. And I'm going to add $3.91 to this $289.42. And, oh, it's off. There's a $2 thing I forgot about from last week. Where's that at? You know what? I'm just going to write $2 and just adjust this because I don't know where I misplaced it, but I just wrote the answer wrong and didn't carry the $2 wherever it was from the previous week. So that is okay. And sometimes that happens. So here we are. That is what I had to spend. This is what I had available, and I made the adjustment for the $2. I did not track like I was supposed to last week. I just did my math wrong somewhere. We are good to go. So I'm just going to leave that $2 there, and then I'll balance it later with the checking account. It's not that big a deal. It's $2, and I'm pretty sure I can handle that in my account. So here we go. I budget. Sorry, my squeaky chair. Ugh. Budget. So we're going into week 4. $200 for grocery household, $130 for restaurants, $110 for miscellaneous, and $50 for gasoline. And that should be good. So $200 for grocery household plus the $30.59. I really didn't need a calculator for that, but that's okay. $230.59. All right, restaurants, I have $130, and I'm going to add the $168.43, and that's going to leave us $298.43. Miscellaneous, I'm still going to be over budget, $145.07 negative plus $110, which is a negative $35.07. There we go. And then gasoline, I'm going to add $50. So that's going to give us a negative 4 cents, which is not a big deal because the grocery household and restaurants can cover that. No problem there. And then I do not budget anything from budgeted. And hopefully we won't have any more unbudgeted things, but just things have been happening and going on, and I don't know. I might not have unbudgeted next week. Who knows? So, but the 18th through the 24th is still part of paycheck 2. On the 25th, my husband gets paid again, and then I have a new set of numbers for week 5 in my weekly check-in. So let me go ahead and zoom out, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. So my weekly check-in is done. For the entire week, I still had $3.91, which was a very low week, less than $300 to spend. But like I've been saying before, my husband is not here. He is traveling on business and earning money, and so I didn't have as much to spend. Typically when he's home, he likes to go out to eat, and so we do that a lot more often. And we like to go some nicer places. That's why we have a high budget for it. I did not calculate before we even go. Let's calculate what we have left to spend. So I have $230.59 here, $298.43. I was so focused, I forgot this part. $35.07 negative and negative 4 cents. So right now, I'm showing on my calculator we have $493.91 to spend. That should be enough. Excuse me. That should be enough for the week and to carry over a little bit into the last week of the month. I'm definitely not going to be spending any more in miscellaneous. I really hope so. I pray very hard that I will not do that. When my husband gets paid on the 25th, there might be room for miscellaneous, and I'll try to push miscellaneous all the way out to the 25th if possible. I just don't want to spend it ahead of time within this budget and constrict my grocery household and if I need gas again. So, but this looks like it's plenty for this time period. You know, we've done that before when my husband is home, so this is not so bad. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.